Hey guys, and welcome to another Building 101 video. Today is episode 9, and we are going to be talking about how to get started with your builds. This could go for anything: a house, a castle, a village, a pathway, some trees, some custom trees, some spawn plot ideas. Doesn't matter. This works for everything, and I'll be showing you some easy tips on how to get started. Now, I'm going to quote this from B00. He said, the easiest thing is to start the build, but the hardest thing is to finish it. Now, this is very, very true. It's the most true thing when building a Minecraft. You could be building a huge castle, and right when you're about to be done with it, you still notice that there's still some little work that has to be done, and it takes forever, that little stuff. So, today I'm going to show you how to avoid some of that and get your blocks ready. So, let's get started. Now, we're going to be hopping around everywhere in Building 101 world that we have here, because all of this has stuff that has to do with getting started, such as these trees that I did here. Now, when you're doing these trees, custom trees, these are my 1.7 new generated trees that I would like to be implemented into the game. Sadly, that did not happen, but I didn't expect it to. But for example, trees, you want to start out with just the branches and everything and the trunk. You know, you got to figure out the size of this. This is the larger tree, larger than the medium. So obviously at the bottom there has to be more wood. This one less wood, this one barely any. So yeah, and then next you add the leaves on however you want it. You put the droopy leaves, which are right over here. Yeah, droopy leaf, and droopy leaf right there. So yeah, that's how you would do a tree. It goes the same for these, and for that swamp tree I have over there. It all works the same. So when you're working with trees, remember, start with the branches and then figure out what the size of your tree is so you can determine how many logs you're going to have down here. So now let's move on to the next part. Another great way to start out any of your builds, for example, a house, you want to lay out a template of what you want to use and list all the possibilities. So as you can see, the leaves and the vines here, I have 2 of them. Why? Because you have to see how they look on the logs and the wood planks, because that's what I have here in my finished product. This doesn't include the interior. You of course could definitely add that if you want to. I choose just to do the exterior, and then the interior is different. You really don't need to use a template. Yeah, you can see the leaves here, some are on the logs, some are on the planks. Just give yourself a general idea, and if you need a larger example of this, you know, just build up a tiny little structure and put the leaves on it and see how it looks. You got the panes here, you got the logs next to it. You have to list everything that you're going to use, test it out. Maybe for some reason you want to have some stained glass, so for example orange. I'm just picking that out. You know, test that out, see if it works. If it doesn't, then get rid of it. You can already see what your house will hopefully look like in the end and not all messed up. Fences here with the wood plank or wood log. This is a great way to start out your builds, and this is what I do all the time. So do that, and it'll make your life a lot easier and get your builds done faster and not the long way where it takes forever to finish them, such as that B00 quote that I just named off to you. Now let's move on to the next thing. Now, almost everything you're going to do in Minecraft includes some sort of pathway, hallway, doesn't matter. It's going to include something that you're going to walk on or ride on. So figure out what your building is. So if you're talking, maybe you're moving cattle, and when I play Minecraft and build stuff, I want to be realistic, so this is what I'm doing. This is from a past episode, of course. You can see I have the templates here as well. That's something you want to do for almost everything that you do, besides trees, obviously. But yeah, you got to figure out what your pathway is going to be. So for example, you're moving cattle or you're riding horses, so it's more of a wildlife place. You might want to go with one of these because they're mostly broken up. You got the gravel. It's not necessarily more refined like this one or that one or this more modern one with the stone bricks. Everything's broken up. You could see here it's broken up, but not as much as these, because you have the cracked stone bricks, and that will soon turn into the cobblestone. And then here you can see that just the stone went into the gravel, and now you have more grass and cobblestone. So let's say it's just a whole settlement of horses and farm life. So I would probably be using this one to resemble that. Gives a very nice realistic look, and it'll definitely make your builds look really cool and sophisticated. So keep that in mind when doing all of your builds, whether it's a castle, a house, a village, or settlement. Does not matter, it all comes into play. Now, houses. Again, frames for the houses are very important to make first. So you'll have the template, you'll know what you want to build with, and this is the same frame for the house that we just saw over there. Obviously, starting out with a frame like this and building it from scratch is not very realistic. So you'll see in people's build videos, if they give you a house, they'll create this from scratch. It's because they memorize that. No one will actually do that. So you have to start step by step. So what I did here, of course I skipped a step here just to save time. But you start out with where you want your house post to be. So that's what I did. And then you want to build that up and see how much of an opening you want for the first level, the first floor. You do that, add the cross beams wherever you want them, and then move up to the second level, then the roof. This again, I just skipped the second part. So do the second part. I added these things off to the side just to have a little bit of detail, know what I want. Don't know why that's there. But yeah, you want to do this. You want to start out with the post, then you want to go up and sort of finish the first floor and have your openings, to add the stairs and the planks and whatnot, or stone. Then you want to do the second level, maybe add little bits of detail so you can get a picture of what it's going to look like, and then work with the roof. So you can see that's what I did here. Everything will connect up with the stairs, and it'll all work swimmingly. So that's how you work with your houses. So post, first level with the openings, second level with the openings, add a little bit of detail, then move on to the roof. Do not build this from scratch. Don't do one side and then add the other. That will just screw you up, and it'll cost you a lot more time. Second to last, when doing your builds, whether it's a house, a castle, village, whatnot, all these examples that I gave you, to give it a lot more detail, add terrain. Add your own modified terrain, doesn't matter. You can build it into a hill and it'll look perfectly. You could see I did over here with this house. Whoops, don't have it loaded. I gotta go all the way over there. But it definitely gives a lot of detail, and it could save you some time and materials if you're doing it in survival. So you could get rid of the logs there and save yourself some wood. But you could see that whoever built this house took the time and effort and the challenge to build it inside a hill or some kind of land. So it gives it a very nice look, and it draws the eye, and it shows a lot more detail in your build. It's not just a house. You can look here, this looks perfectly fine as well, but when you go from this to this, you see there's a lot more going on, and you really didn't do too much. So that's a great way to enhance your builds, and it'll also help you with the process of finishing your build. That's just one little extra detail that might be in your brain, but it's not coming out, and you just can't finish this build because you don't know what to add to it. So one of those things could be terrain. The second could be the vegetation, the vines, the leaves. It could be some trees overlapping. All that stuff will help you finish your build. Finally, test your stuff out in creative. You can see I have horse stables here. I have some tower there. I have my advanced horse stables there. I have my storage room there. I just have a bunch of stuff. It's really cool to see your test world go up and up and up, just with a lot of different builds that you can walk around and look at. You'll definitely progress as a builder when you do stuff in creative, and you'll save yourself a ton of time. There are people in the Vortex server that love to do their stuff in survival, but maybe they have less jungle wood blocks and they can't finish a build, and then they have to go mine some, and then they forget how much they needed. Chop some. But yeah, just do your stuff in creative. Saves you a ton of time. It helps. You have tons and tons of blocks available to you. Just don't use sponge. But yeah, do your stuff in creative and you won't be sorry. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below on any other Building 101 topic you would like to see for episode 10. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.